So, hello everyone. So, welcome back to the another episode of the Codersarts. So, in this video, we are going to learn and develop a new project of AI integration in Android application. So, what we have to do, first of all, I want to show you some of our project. Okay. So, this is the basic AI tool. In this, we have to add some item here, and we are getting the steps for completion, like to create a cup of tea. Okay, to make a cup of tea. So how can we do it? We can do it by like adding an item. So like cup of tea. Okay. So here you can edit the item, and when you click on this, so you will get the steps here. Okay, boil water, add a tea bag of cup, pour the hot water. So these are the steps that you are going to get here. So we are going to integrate this feature in our Android application. Like let's see how we can do it. So our in our company, like we have to create the API. So we have one more developer that have created the API for this. Okay. So here you can see fast API that we have created. Our team has created. So basically, internally we are using this API for Magic to do like Goblin 2. Okay. So for this, we have created an API and going to work on it. So like we have to pass this task here and hit this thing. Okay, like HTTPS and railway application. So this is the base URL, and just click on execute, we will get the response here. Okay, so here you can see determine the budget and research the different car model, decide if you want a car or a used car or a new car. So these are the basic stuff that you are getting in this. Okay, so these things that we are going to integrate in our Android operating system. So how we can do it? So basically, we have to create an Android app for it and use the retrofit library for hitting this API. So how we can implement it and how we can do it, let's see. So first of all, we need to create a project. We can have to move on the new project, and when you click on the new project, you will get empty view activity. So you have to click on it and click on next. So here you can see my application. So here you can name your application according to your need. Okay. So if you need to like if you have any project or any other thing, so you can name it accordingly. So you have to select the package name as well. So like as I have selected this package name form.demo.task generator. So in my case, I have give the name of task generator here, and then after this is the basic package name that we are using, and this is the language Kotlin. So I am using the Kotlin language. We have two options. You can also create it in Java. Okay. So after that, we have the Kotlin and Java as well. So then after we have to select the minimum SDK. In my case, I have selected the API level 24, which is Android 7. So you can run across 97.4% of devices. You can also go here and choose how much you can going to execute. Like if you have selected the version of lollipop version, which is the API level 21, and the SDK number is 5. Okay, like Android number is 5. So you can select it and you can execute it across 100%, means 99.7% of devices. So you just need to close it, and then after you have to select the build.gradle file version as well. So this is the Kotlin DSL thing, and we have to select according to our knowledge, according to our requirement. We have to select the Groovy language or any Kotlin DSL language, which should be recommended for the latest thing. So for my project, I have implemented this one. So you can also select according to your need. So click on cancel, like as I have created this for earlier for my project. So you have to click on finish and you will get this type of response here. Okay, so let's close all the tab and show you like how I implemented it. So this is the package name basically. When you click on finish, you will get this type of screen and the main activity created. So I am going through a clean architecture for this as well. So this is the task generator. Task generator package name demo.taskgenerator.model. So in this model class, we have created all the model class which we need in our project. And for this, we have created two more interface and the object of retrofit instance and the API services. And for this and for the UI, we have using the main activity and the adapter and the view model class. Okay, so how we can going to implement it? Let's see. First of all, we need some library here. Okay, so we have to search for build and just go in the task generator. Okay, for app level builder greater file. So here you can see we have a lot of things like plugin here, like we are using the plugin, and this is the Android annotation and all the compile SDK and other minimum SDK that you have selected, all the package name here and other things. So this is the release build type that we are going to release it here, and this is the Kotlin version. Basically we are using the JVM target of 1.8, and this is the Java version, the source compatibility, target compatibility, and other stuff. Coming to the dependency part, that we are using the Square App retrofit library for hitting the API, for getting the response from the API. And secondly, we are using this the retrofit converter, okay, for converter the JSON to the JSON converter, JSON to JSON. Okay, and after that we are getting the sector and view model thing here. So we are processing it as the MVVM procedure, so we are going to use the view model as well. So let's move to the like network part. So basically we have created some instance here, you can see it. Okay, let's close other tabs. So here you can see we have created a retrofit instance globally. It is a singleton object that we have created here. So this is the base URL I am using here, okay, for hitting the API. So here you can see we have the base URL here. Okay, so we are using this base URL for accessing the data from the internet. And then after we have created the val and other a variable named as the API, and we also uses this interface API service for you for our execution of API. Okay, so basically this is the interface. Basically it is known as the web service API service interface as well. So here we are using the suspend method for the coroutine thing for handling the data. So we are just posting a dot. Okay, so when we hit the API, we are just passing the request here, and in the request we are getting this response, step response. What is the step response here? Let's move it, and you can see we are getting the steps here in the format of map. As you can see the data. Okay, like these are the data that we are getting here. Okay, so how we can integrate it? Well, we are creating a map one and the steps and just passing it here. Okay, so we are getting it from the in the format of key and value. So we are using map here. You can also create the data class if you want it. So but in my case this is a small thing, so we need to integrate it as necessary. So let's move to the main activity part. So basically this is the UI part. So let's move to the UI and how I created the UI I can show you. So here you can see we have a linear layout. Linear layout means it is a linear pattern that we are using. So this we are passing the context of the main activity because it is the child of XML of the main activity. So we are passing the context as well. It is not necessary, but it is mandatory for the good practices. So here you can see a recycler view here. So this is the recycler view. We are going to show the data here, and this is the text view. So what is this text view? Text view is nothing but we are going to show all the errors here, and if you're getting any error, so we are going to show it here. Okay, so it is a type of a red color text you can get it here. So we have set our visibility to gone, and we have also added a progress bar here. So for when we click on the fetch button, and the progress bar will be visible, and after getting the response, the progress bar will be invisible. And we have one more linear layout here. So this linear layout is basically nothing but this is for this container. So we have enter task edit test. For there we can entering all the tasks, and this I have a button. So for fetch steps button, so we are just click on fetch steps and we are get all the data. Okay, so these are the basically linear layout and the UI we are going to use in our demo application. So this is the thing. So after that, what we are going to do, we have to create a lot of variable here. So view model, recycler view, adapter, progress bar, error text, and text field. Okay. So in onCreate, we need to initialize them as well. So we are going to initialize it like this. Okay. So we are using the ID for initializing it, and we are using all the stuffs here, and also set up the layout here. Okay. So this is the view model that we are using. So this is the view model steps view model we also created. So we'll see how the view model is internally working in this application. So when we click on the fetch button, so we have a task. We are getting the input in the toString. If the task is blank, we have to show the error message. And if the error text is visible, so we have to visible it according to our need. Otherwise, we have to set the visibility to 1 and hit the fetch method steps. Okay, a fetch steps method. And after that we are going to observe it here. Steps we are going to observe. This is the variable that we have created in the view model class. We will see later. And after that, after observing, we have set up this thing in the adapter and show the adapter here. Okay, so these are the view model. We are also going to monitor the loading thing, like if the loading is going to happen in hitting the API, so we are going to show the progress bar as well. And if the view model is showing any type of error, so we are going to throw the error as well. Okay, so what we have to do, let's move to the fifth step, like how the view model is working. So we are also created a class named as the steps view model. In this we have created two variables for the getting the data. Like we are just hitting this for getting the data, and after that we are render it in this steps variable. Okay. So these are the things. We are also created the two more variable of the live data variable of loading as well, and the error as well. So we have created three variable and six different type of variable here for monitoring each and everything. Okay, so we have created a fetch method here. Okay, so basically this is the core routine that get steps is the core routine method. So we have to launch it in the scope function. Okay, so how can move it in the scope function? Let's see. So we are basically launch it in the view model scope. Okay, in this view model we can launch it here. Okay, these are the basically scope function that we are using in the Kotlin. So we can use the dot launch method, core routine scope here you can see. And after that, this retrofit instance, we are just passing this task to task. Okay, like one of the task we are getting here, and we are just move it in the get steps method. Once the value we will get, and we will assign it to this steps. Okay, and after that we are catching any exception, and finally we are going to close this loading value. Okay, so we are going to monitor it here and this thing. So let's see how the adapter is working here. Basically the adapter is working, sorry, uh, adapter, step adapter. Okay, so I've created the one more class named as the step adapter. So in this step adapter we are passing all the steps here, and in on create view holder and all the recycler view we are going to show it here. So we are also created a card. This you can see we have a text view and we have a checkbox for checking all the stuffs. Okay, so when we get all the list, we can show this thing in our one item. Okay, so here is the padding as well. So if you wanted, you can show it in a more attractive manner, like you can use a card view or something other. So these are the things that we are going to use. So let's see, is this able to executable or not. So we have connected our Google phone. So let's execute it. Okay, so our app is get executed. So let's see. So here you can see our UI. So if we click on fetch steps, you can see task cannot be entry error is the render here. So let's type something like buy a car. Okay. So when we click on the fetch step, you can see error in fetching step. We have fetching some error. Okay. So you are getting all the steps here. You are getting the 15 steps here. So you can show it in the recycler by using this. So you can use the checkbox as well. Okay, for each step, like once you created this determining your budget, research a different car or model within 15 your budget. Consider the first thing that you have to determine your budget, like what's your budget of buying a car, and all the reviews and other stuff that we are getting here. Okay, so we have approx 15 data here, you can see. Okay, so that's all about this project. So if you're interested in another project or any other AI integration projects in Android, so you can drop a mail on the contact@codersarts.com. So thank you.